everyone. I welcome you all in our YouTube channel Gurmantra Siksha Ka Granth. A very warm welcome to all of you. So today we are going to start new subject, that is immunology. Immunology itself is a very big subject, but they've given you as one chapter. So we are going to try to cover almost all the topics, all the important topics for your GATE biotechnology in immunology. Okay, so we always start with our basics. We always start with our basic concepts. So today we are going to deal with basic concepts of immunology. And I am your educator, Saranya. Okay, so what is immunology? So immunology is the study of ways in which the body will defend itself from the infectious agents. So it is the way in which our body will fight against the infectious agents and other foreign substances in its environment. The immune system protects us from the pathogen. It has the ability to differentiate. Okay, so the immune system has the ability to differentiate between what is its own cell and what is a foreign cell. Next is immune system. So immune system consists of all the organs, all the cells which is present in our body that will fight with the infections and against those toxins and keep them away from our body so that our body is performing its function optimally and is healthy. So immune system is involved in keeping our body healthy. Okay, so these includes organs like thymus, bone marrow, lymph nodes. So these are the organs in the immune system. Spleen, there are so many different organs and lymph nodes and different kinds of cells involved in our immune system. Okay, so the immune system is spread throughout our body. It is present all over our body. Okay, there are several types of cells, organs, proteins and tissues. So its main function is to distinguish our tissue, that is self cell, from the foreign tissue, that is the non-self cell. Dead and faulty cells, even cancers, will be recognized by our immune system and it will be killed. Next is what is immunity. So immunity is the ability or the capacity of our body. Okay, so it is the capacity of our body to recognize the foreign object, that is non-self cell, and destroy it. So that is immunity. We say we have immunity power. So all this is nothing but the capacity. It tells us about the capacity of the system to eliminate the foreign particle. So what is immune response? So let's say a bacteria has entered your system. So what does your immune system do? It will recognize the bacteria and will respond immediately against that bacteria. Okay, so that kind of a response from your immune system is called as immune response. Okay, so these are some of the terms which you should know before we go into learning the deep concepts. Okay, so what is a pathogen? Pathogen is nothing but a disease causing organism. Antigen will be able to stimulate an immune response in us. Innate immune system, which is very non-specific immune system. Adaptive is antigen specific immune system. Antibody is produced specifically against the antigens to destroy the microorganism. Next is B cells, which will produce antibodies. T cells, they are involved in assisting the B cell or directly killing the infected cells. Next you have humoral mediated immunity, which will involve antibodies. Then cell mediated immunity, that will take the help of T cells. Okay, next is viruses. Viruses are non-living particles that contains a protein, DNA or RNA that can infect a living cell. Next is vaccine. What is a vaccine? A pathogen only, but it can be either killed or in its weakened form, okay, that will be introduced in our body. So that pathogen will induce an immune response. Okay, it will be immunogenic, but it will not be pathogenic, which means it will not be able to cause any disease, but it will be immunogenic to cause immune response, and our body will produce antibodies against it, and this is called as vaccination. Okay, so immunity is basically divided into two types. Okay, one can be innate, which is non-specific. Non-specific to what? Non-specific to the pathogen. Okay, so innate immunity is non-specific immunity. Adaptive acquired is specific immunity. Okay, so innate immunity, you can see, is non-specific. It will represent the inherent capability of an organism, which means it is already present in our body. Innate immunity is from birth. It is already present in our body. Okay, that will offer the resistance against the diseases. It will have so many different kinds of barriers. So what is the first line of defense? The skin. The skin is the first line of defense. Skin is basically the largest organ present in our body. Okay, so it is about 15%. It is about 15% of the adult body weight. So the skin is providing the mechanical barrier. Okay, it is a barrier for entry of microorganisms. The skin's pH is 3 to 5. Okay, the skin's pH is 3 to 5, which is acidic in nature. So this acidic pH will inhibit the growth of microorganism. Our sweat also contains an enzyme called as lysozyme. This enzyme will destroy the bacteria's cell wall. Okay, so this enzyme will destroy bacteria's cell wall. So you can see there are so many different mechanisms through which our body is preventing the entry of microorganism inside our body. So what is second line of defense? Though you have so many different kind of physical barriers, sometimes microorganism can pass through all of that and enter into your body. Okay, the microorganism can pass through all of those physical barriers and it can enter into your body. Okay, the body will defend itself. The body will defend itself and it will try to eliminate the foreign organism by mechanisms like sneezing, secretion of the mucus, also through phagocytosis, macrophages and complement system. Complement system is a separate topic that comes under innate immunity only, but we will study that in detail in a different class. Okay, for now you know that there is a system called as complement system which is involved in your second line of defense in innate immunity. Okay, our body will produce response like inflammatory response where swelling, heat, redness will be there, fever will be there. All of these are a part of your innate immunity. Okay, next is adaptive immunity. So what is adaptive immunity? So this is response to exposure. Okay, so this is response to exposure of a foreign substance, and this kind of immunity is very specific. The adaptive immune response is mediated by immune cells known as lymphocytes. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are involved in adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity is triggered when a pathogen evades the innate immune system. Okay, so when a pathogen evades means it takes a bypass. It takes a bypass from the innate immune system and enters into our body, and it will be present in our body for a very long period of time. So this will trigger the adaptive immunity. Okay. So these kind of pathogens that will trigger your adaptive immunity are called as antigens. So antigens that will induce the immune response. Okay. And it will trigger the adaptive immunity. So adaptive immunity can be of two types. It can be naturally acquired, it can be artificially acquired. So in naturally acquired you have active and passive. Active means naturally when an infection happens to you, okay, some kind of cold, it can be a cold or any kind of disease when happens to one person, that person is acquiring active or adaptive immunity, okay, naturally acquired. So antigen will enter into your body will produce antibody as a response to that antigen, and our antibodies will be present in our body itself, okay. Memory B cells will be there, they will be protecting our body in case second time the same pathogen enters your body, it will not last very long. It will be destroyed within seconds. That is what is the function of your active adaptive immunity, okay. Next is passive. What happens in passive is antibodies is passing from the mother to the fetus, either through placenta or through your breast milk, okay. So antibodies is passing from the mother to the fetus through placenta or through breast milk. Next is artificially acquired, in that in active you see it is vaccination. Vaccination is artificial, where the antigens will be introduced into your body and against that particular antigen antibodies will be produced. Next is passive. Okay, so what happens in passive immunity is already formed antibodies like monoclonal antibodies or polyclonal antibodies will be injected in your serum. It will be injected in your serum, and that will be like an immunity, okay. So these are the different classifications of your adaptive immunity, okay. So let's see difference between innate and adaptive immunity, okay. Difference between innate and adaptive immunity. You can see here in innate and adaptive immunity, what are the cells involved? So what are the cells involved in innate and adaptive immunity? So in innate immunity, you have mast cell, dendritic cell, macrophages, NK cells, complement systems, eosinophils, neutrophils and basophils. All of these are involved in innate immunity. Next you have adaptive immunity. In adaptive immunity, you have B cells and T cells. Okay, these are the cells involved in innate and adaptive immunity. We will talk about innate and adaptive immunity in detail. Don't worry at all. So, immunity can be classified as adaptive immunity or innate immunity. Adaptive immunity can be further classified as natural and artificial. In natural, you have passive and active. Active is through the infection your body is going through, and passive is through maternal. And artificial, also you have active and passive. Active is immunization or vaccination. Vaccination, or passive is antibody transfer. Okay. So what is the difference between innate and active immunity and passive immunity? So what is the difference between active immunity and passive immunity? So active immunity is produced actively by your immune system. Passive immunity, there is no role of host. Host will not participate at all. Okay. And active immunity, it is produced due to contact with the pathogen or antigen. This is produced due to antibodies from the outside. This is durable and effective in protection. Passive immunity is transient, which means it is temporary. Next, active immunity leads to memory. Memory cell formation will be there. Here, there is no memory cell formation. Booster dose when you give an active immunity will be very, very effective. But passive immunity, there is no effect at all. Active immunity is happening only after a short period of time. Passive immunity is immediate. Immediate effect is passive immunity. Okay. So active immunity is through natural and artificial. In natural, infection will happen. Artificial through vaccination. Passive immunity also natural and artificial. Natural is through maternal antibodies from your mother to the child. If it is in the body, that is through fetus, through the placenta, it will go to the fetus, or through breast milk. Next is artificial. Artificial is monoclonal antibodies will be given as a treatment. So what are the components of innate immunity? The components of innate immunity includes anatomical barriers like physical barriers and chemical barriers. In physical barriers, you have your skin, you have your mucous membrane. Chemical barriers, you have acidic pH, antimicrobial peptides, cells like phagocytic cells, NK cells, neutrophils, dendritic cells. All of this will be involved in your innate immunity. And proteins, soluble proteins like complements, cytokines, chemokines, antimicrobial substances will be involved in innate immunity. So you can see this is a human, and here you have mucous membrane in nose and throat, tonsils, thymus, lymph nodes, spleen, bowel, mucous membrane in the bladder and the genital area, bone marrow, skin. All of these are all of these are involved in our immunity. So they give us immunity. So the innate immune system includes physical barriers. So what are present in your physical barrier? Skin, gastrointestinal tract, respiratory tract, nasopharynx, cilia, eyelashes and body hair. All of these are your physical barriers. Chemical barriers will be like secretions, mucus, bile, gastric acid, saliva, tears, sweat, and other immune response include your inflammation, complement system. All of this will be involved your innate immunity. So the inflammatory response will bring the immune cells to the site of infection by increasing the blood flow to that particular area. And what will the complement do is it will create a hole in the pathogen's cell wall. Like for example, bacterial cell wall, a hole will be created by the complement system, and that hole will leak all the internal materials from the bacteria to the outside, and the cell will eventually die. So what are the cells that are involved in innate immune system? The first one is phagocytic cells. Phagocyte means eating, cell eating, which means phagocytes will be circulating throughout our body. They look for the potential threats like bacteria and viruses. If they are present, it will engulf the bacteria and virus and kill it. Macrophages, they are very effective phagocytic cells. Okay, they are efficient phagocytic cells, but they can move outside your circulatory system. That is, from the blood it can go away and look for pathogens and kill them. They can also produce cytokines. So these are signaling molecules that will recruit more cells to the area of infection. Next is mast cell. So mast cells are found in your mucous membrane, connective tissues. Okay, they are involved in inflammatory response. Next is neutrophils. Neutrophils are also called as phagocytic cells, and they are classified under granulocytes. Granulocytes means these cells have granules in their cytoplasm, and what does these granules do? They are very toxic to the bacteria and fungi, so it can kill them immediately. Next is eosinophils. Eosinophils are also granulocytes only. They will target the multicellular parasites, and they will produce highly toxic proteins and free radicals that can kill the bacteria and parasites. Next is your basophils. Basophils are also granulocytes. They also attack the multicellular parasites. They will release histamines like mast cells only. They'll also release histamines and cytokines, and they are involved in allergic reaction. Basically, eosinophil is more involved in allergic reaction. Next is dendritic cell. These will produce cytokines and for recruitment of leukocyte to the site of infection, and this dendritic cell is involved in innate as well as adaptive immune system. Next you have natural killer cells. They are effector cells in the innate immunity. They can recognize the infected cell and kill them. So next is your humoral components. So what are the humoral components present in innate immunity? You have complement system. Okay, what is a complement system? It contains a group of protein that will protect our body from the microorganisms. These proteins will be circulating in our blood and plasma. Next is cytokines. Cytokines are produced by dendritic cells and macrophages that will act like a mediator. Okay, mediator in the innate immunity. The examples for cytokines are like tumor necrosis factor, interleukins, you have interferons, all of these are cytokines. Next is plasma proteins of innate immunity. So plasma proteins of innate immunity. So these are nothing but acute phase proteins. They are also proteins present in our body only. They will also help in fighting the pathogens in the innate immune system. So you can see the diagrammatic representation of mast cell, monocytes, NK cells, macrophages, dendritic cells, neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils. So this is the complement system where complement proteins will create a hole in the bacterial cell wall and all of the extracellular fluids will enter inside it, the cell will burst, or all of the components will go out and the cell will anyway die. Okay. So I hope today's class on basics of immunology was clear to all of you. So keep learning, guys. If you are a CSIR aspirant and are interested in joining the detailed paid classes of Unacademy, you can join the subscription for CSIR UGC Net and follow Neha Taneja ma'am. She'll be helping you in clearing your CSIR net in the first attempt itself. Okay, what are the benefits of these paid classes? Daily live classes will be there, structured courses are present, live tests and quizzes will be there, unlimited access will be provided to you. So what you can do is, if you are a CSIR aspirant and want to clear your CSIR in the first attempt, get detailed paid classes subscription for CSIR UGC Net and follow Neha Taneja ma'am. That is all you have to do. Okay. So like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel Gurmantra Shiksha Kagran, and if you have any queries you can contact us anytime you want. Thank you